Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick cinnamon spice vanilla and Paris Cafe blends candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the upcoming semi-annual sale collection that's supposed to be June 13th. The notes on this read rich roasted coffee, vanilla creme, ground cinnamon, and sugar crystals. So yeah, this one was the one I was most excited for because I frequently burn these two candles separately together to emulate what this candle is trying to do. It's a very much like a Dunkin' Donuts type of experience in the sense that you get cinnamon spice vanilla, which used to be called cinnamon sugar donut. So you get that sort of greasy cinnamon sugar donut fragrance of Dunkin' Donuts mixed with coffee brewing at Dunkin' Donuts. And it was truly like the quintessential like Dunkin' Donuts fragrance experience. So when I saw that there was a candle that was going to be the two together in one, I was really excited about it. And here we are. So yeah, now that I've burned it, I'm not as excited about it. I think this one, long story short, you would be better off just burning those two candles separately together to get a much stronger and more satisfying experience rather than what this candle offers as just a standalone one candle here as a blend. So what does it smell like? I think the main problem with this one is that Paris Cafe is just simply not strong enough in this blend. It's like 80 to 85% cinnamon spice vanilla slash cinnamon sugar donut and like 20 to 15% Paris Cafe. And the Paris Cafe just doesn't come through enough as much as I would want it to. And that's why it would be better off just buying the two candles separately and burning them together. So it smells like cinnamon spice vanilla, which used to be called cinnamon sugar donut. It's very much like a fried, greasy cinnamon sugar donut type of fragrance. Kind of smells like a churro. Kind of smells like the cinnamon twist from Taco Bell. Very much like a cinnamon sugar plus like a vanilla, greasy, slightly baked, donutty, bakery, vanilla type fragrance. And that's what cinnamon spice vanilla is. They just renamed cinnamon sugar donut to be cinnamon spice vanilla to be a little bit more universal to fit into like a neutral white barn collection. And so we all kind of know what cinnamon spice vanilla smells like. It's delicious, it's scrumptious, it's kind of like a cider donut, cinnamon sugar donut type of fragrance. Awesome bakery fragrance all the way from the Slatkin & Co days. So nothing to really complain about that fragrance there. So we kind of know what it smells like. But I was hoping for more of a Paris Cafe presence, and the last like 15 to 20% of the candle, the Paris Cafe just lends a slightly burnt, roasty, even oily feel to cinnamon spice vanilla that it just kind of enhanced cinnamon spice vanilla's burnt oiliness. It made it more burnt and oily, that it's kind of like it didn't really like do anything to improve cinnamon spice vanilla. As you know, Paris Cafe is a very, very, very strong candle. It's a super bold, roasty, like roasting coffee beans fragrance with like a sugared brioche note. So it does have a slight bakery note underneath as well, and it gives it like a toasty, slight vanilla cream type of fragrance to that coffee fragrance, but it's just nowhere near as strong as it is standalone as it is in this candle. I would speculate that maybe the reason that it isn't so strong in this blend is that because Paris Cafe as a fragrance oil is probably so immensely strong. If you recall, Paris Cafe, at least before the very current version that's out now, would be like a 9 or a 10 throw. You would have it unlit with the lid closed and put it in your like cabinet or cupboard or closet. It would smell up the entire space, even with it unlit. It was so strong. You would hear like stories from like warehouse workers saying like when they pour Paris Cafe, the entire warehouse would be so strong and just like all consuming of the Paris Cafe fragrance, and like it would be stuck in their nostrils and their clothes for days. So Paris Cafe is a very strong fragrance oil, and even from experience of having made like candles and wax melts myself, if you put a coffee fragrance oil with like another one 50-50, usually the coffee fragrance oil is just so immensely strong that it overpowers all the other notes of the other 50% of the whatever the blend is, that maybe they had to do it where Paris Cafe was dialed back, because if they did a 50-50 even blend on this, maybe the Paris Cafe would have been so strong it would just completely overpower cinnamon spice vanilla, so they had to dial back the Paris Cafe to make this blend work. But they do have master perfumers, so I would think maybe they could have maybe amped up Paris Cafe a little bit more to make it a little bit more noticeable or present, but that was simply not the case with this candle. And so that's my major qualm, that it just smells like a slightly more oily, burnt version of cinnamon spice vanilla. Sometimes you get a slight, like, creamy, milky-ish, slight, like, coffee-evoking fragrance sometimes, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not quite strong enough that, once again, I think, long story short, you would be better burning the two separately, side by side, rather than buying this single candle. So that's not to say this is a bad fragrance, because cinnamon spice vanilla is still a nice fragrance by itself, and you get sometimes a little whiff of Paris Cafe, but it's just not anywhere near as satisfying or delicious or robust as I thought it would be. But obviously smell this one out for yourself, because everyone interprets these blends and fragrances differently. But for me, I kind of feel like I got duped into buying another separate candle when I already owned cinnamon sugar donut and Paris Cafe, and I could have just burned the two side by side separately, rather than having this like a little bit more diluted version that we have in this blend one. So it's pretty much my thoughts on this candle, and let me go into the performance. This is a fourth day burn. It has the core wicks on it. It burns no problem. It makes a little bit of those mushroom tops, so make sure you trim those. Usually by the second or third hour, you will see a little bit of soot coming off of the wick, so make sure you stay on top of that. Deep even wax pull in no time, so we're good to go there. As for the throw, it was a little weaker than I had anticipated at the beginning, but it did kind of pick up the more and more I started to burn it, that it's more at like a 5 to 6 range right now. Very medium. It's not overwhelming, nowhere near as overwhelming as like the 9 or 10 of the OG Paris Cafe, so don't let that scare you away. Very much like a 5 to a 6, even an open concept area. It's detectable, it's present, it's not overwhelming. A little bit stronger in a bedroom, up to like a 6, like a medium plus. It's still delicious and smells good, but it's just not as strong as Paris Cafe is by itself. So definitely in the medium type of throw category. So that's pretty much it on the performance on this. Overall, not a bad fragrance, but I still wish Paris Cafe was stronger in this, and I feel like I could just get away burning the two candles separately and get a more satisfying, a stronger, and just better experience. That this is a one and done for me, and I really don't need to get it again. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you still intend to buy this candle, smell it for yourself, and maybe you'll enjoy a little bit more than I do. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.